Hello, I am back. I'm so sorry to have left you. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. What the fuck am I saying? Hey, hi, hello, and welcome to the show. My name is DDare Bionic, if you did not know, and I am black. With another Pandemonium video. Hey y'all, I'm back, and apologies for no video last week. I was dying of the plague. Not Miss Rona. Whatever other virus is going around right now, she had me in a chokehold, honey. Me and my partner, but we're both finally feeling well. Thank the Lord Jesus above. It was touch and go there for a minute. It was really crazy. But we're back. We are better than ever. I have still on social media been promoting the campaign, and today's video was supposed to come out last week, but today I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about Pandemonium, what it means, why I wrote this song. There's like a little bit of it in the description of the campaign, but I wanted to go a little more in depth with it and just kind of talk about the whole experience of the pandemic, of Pandemonium, of all of this. So as we currently stand, we are at 13% of our goal, $754 raised, pledged at this point. And I don't think I mentioned this in the original video. This is all or nothing. So if the campaign does not work out, we don't reach the goal, I get none of this. Like $0, 0 cents. So make sure you keep sharing, keep telling your friends. Every dollar, every single penny helps and counts to making my little black queer dreams come true. And making this music video come true. It's gonna happen no matter what happens with this campaign, but I would love to have your support. And if you would like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get a notification every single time I post. I'm going to be posting about the campaign. I'm going to be posting my regular content, all that kind of stuff. Everything is going to still be happening now that I'm feeling better. The support is greatly appreciated, and the link is down below to support the campaign, to share with your friends, to pledge. All the tiers have been explained in the previous video. I'll link it in the title card above. But with all that being said, let's get into this video. Okay, so like I said, I'm here to talk about Pandemonium, the song, what it means, why I wrote it. So we're gonna have to flash back to 2020. I know none of us want to go back there, but let's take one final dip as we get ready to enter this brand new year. I hope you all are having a beautiful holiday season. Today, the day I'm recording this, is December 26th. It's the day after Christmas. It is the first day of Kwanzaa, Umoja. We celebrate unity today. Flashing back to 2020, lockdown begins. We all remember where we were. I was at work. It was like being in a film. It was like being in a movie, watching kind of business slowly decrease. We went from being completely slammed on a Friday night to being completely empty on a Sunday. Like, it was an insane 72 hours. There was a lot of uncertainty. There was a lot of fear. And then once lockdown started and we couldn't leave home and, you know, the world just kind of stopped, I had this feeling, and we all had this feeling, but talking personally about my experience, this feeling of complete, just like being lost and being uncertain of what was going to happen. And it was scary. We all know it was scary. It's still scary. You know, COVID's not fully gone. People are still getting sick. People are still dying. But at the time, I really started feeling like I felt when I was in high school. And that's kind of how the song goes. So I started having these feelings, this depression, this anxiety, these things that I had dealt with that I thought I was past. And as time wore on, you know, that first month of lockdown, it was like, oh my God, it's never going to get better. We're never going to make it out of this. What's going on? Why won't people do this? Why won't people do that? And the confusion of it all, the fear, I kind of took all of that energy, and it's such is the life of an artist, taking all of your negative feelings and putting it into your art. I realized that I was locked at home with nothing to do but create. I was not living in the best situation. I was living in my grandparents' basement. I didn't have space to do the big crazy things that I wanted to do, but I had a space. I had a phone with a camera, I had a microphone, and I had a dream. So I did my Insomnia music video. I wrote the entire rest of my album, Statuesque Hot Mess. And I wrote the song Pandemonium that was supposed to be on Statuesque Hot Mess. And we'll get into that shortly. So once I kind of found that momentum to create and to put the mandated, the forced isolation to work, I really put it to work. I didn't start my YouTube channel. I had already been working on my YouTube channel, but I started posting regularly. I started coming up with ideas. That's when Mental Health Chat Monday was born. That's when I had, my channel was a little different back then than it is now. And I was maybe a little bit more active because, again, I was at home with nothing better to do. But it was really the thing that drove me to coming out of the pandemic a better artist and a better person. That's when I picked up makeup. That's when I started doing makeup regularly, more than just Halloween. So all these amazing creative outlets and things happened to me, happened for me, happened because of me. And it felt so good to just be alone with my creativity and to be sharing parts of it with the world, but to keep that process to myself. And so that's where this whole idea of Pandemonium came from, because my big thing, everyone had their word for the pandemic. Some people called it the pandy, some people call it the panty, the pandemic, everybody called it something different. I called it the Pandemonium. Because Webster's dictionary, hold on, let me make sure I get the definition right. Pandemonium is Pandemonium is defined by the dictionary as a wild and noisy disorder or confusion and uproar. And while the world was not, actually it was, because that's when all the protests were happening. There was so much going on in the world. There was, Black Lives Matter took off and protests and what the hell? So all these things were happening. All of this stuff was going on in the world, and it felt like a pandemonium. Pandemonium is also a place, apparently. It's the capital of hell. In Paradise Lost, it's the capital of hell. It's Pandemonium. So it felt like the correct word for me to call the pandemic the Pandemonium. And so I took that idea of uproar, of excess, of confusion, of fear, and I told the story of my time in lockdown. And so the song kind of starts with this kind of confused feeling. It's this like disco track, because I also was and still am in this era of like house music, which the next project is not fully house, but like Melanin and Pandemonium both come from the same place. I made them in similar times, but this project that I'm about to put out, that is the Pandemonium, is the lead single for. Melanin will not be on, but is a rebirth of something else. Anyway, beside the point. So Pandemonium became this, kind of disco song, this dance track, this crying in the club track, which is what I love to write. It became this song that really felt good. I wrote the first verse, and it's like sad and somber, and it's confused, and then we get to the chorus that's more dancey, and it's all about this idea of, I came out of the pandemic feeling good. Okay, I came out of the pandemic feeling like a renewed being. I felt like a better artist. I felt like a better person. I felt like I had gone to so many protests and rallies and so much. And I felt like I was finally using, or not finally, I kind of have always been a protester. I love a good protest. But like, I have always been an advocate, and I felt like I had used my creativity to advocate even more. So, because I was like I was doing all kinds of stuff, y'all. I was donating to causes. I was raising money, as much money as I could, for all these benefits and causes and stuff, for Black Lives Matter. And so I felt like a better person coming out of the pandemic. And basically the chorus is, or not basically, literally, sometimes I feel bad. I like the beat and what it does to me. And so I dance to the Pandemonium. And that, based on everything I said, I think you can kind of divulge what it means. But what it means is, sometimes I look around at all the people around me and how so many of them limped out of the pandemic and almost didn't make it. And I feel bad that the pandemic felt good to me. Not the things happening outside the home, the things happening inside the home. Let's get that right. The things that happened for me that I did for myself to become a better person made me feel good. But I know that so many people, kind of the lockdown of it all and the isolation kind of really forced people to kind of look at themselves, and a lot of bad things and bad mentalities and bad energy and negativity were happening during that time. And so I, a lot of times don't talk about how the pandemic made me feel, because we have this societal pressure, I guess, to like, misery loves company. And we're like, oh, people talk about the pandemic and how bad they had it. And that was true for a lot of people, but it wasn't true for me. And I felt bad. I really did feel bad about how good I felt, during lockdown and being at home and being able to create. So I wrote the song Pandemonium about that feeling, about that energy, about, dancing to the pandemonium, dancing to the solitude, to the silence, to the rage, to the confusion, to the pain, all those feelings that I was feeling in myself, taking them and creating this music, creating this art, creating all these things I did. So that's kind of the backstory of Pandemonium. It's a song about the pandemic, about how the pandemic made me feel, about how I was thriving, and how it made me a better creator, a better artist, a better writer, a better musician. So many things it did for me that made me better. Which is still kind of weird to say out loud sometimes. So like, comment down below how the pandemic made you feel. And while you're down there, make sure you hit the link to my Kickstarter so you can see me bring this vision to life through the music video. I have such a vivid idea of what this music video is going to be. So I would love to have your support and help, like I said in the beginning. Also, the video is almost over, and there might be a little sneak peek of something at the end of the video if you catch my drift. It's the song. There's a clip of the song at the end of the video. To those of you who have pledged already, thank you so very much. Like I said, we're 13% funded. I will be sending a link to you all to listen to the song. I know I originally said a download, but I don't think a download is necessarily going to work for everybody. So I'm just going to send a link to a private video, like a Vimeo or something like that, where I will upload the track and you all can listen to it. And I hope hearing the song makes you want to not pledge more money, obviously, but like share this even more with your friends. And like I said, there's a little sneak peek at the end of the video, and so hopefully that gets you going, gets you motivated as well, because I'm so proud of this song. I played it for my partner the other day. He loves it. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for pledging. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me talk about the pandemic and going back there with me, and for making my dreams come true. I really appreciate it. I love you all very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Sometimes I feel bad. I like the beat and what it does to me, and so I dance. I dance to the pandemonium. Sometimes I feel bad. I like the beat and what it does to me, and so I dance. I dance to the pandemonium. Pandemonium.